With a bang and a winning record thanks to Lonnie Chisenhall and Mike Aviles. Now they have a chance to get a sweep against Colorado to begin the homestand. Corey Kluber started it off in dominant fashion on Friday. Trevor Bauer kept the train moving yesterday, and now Josh Tomlin has a chance to close out the Rockies next on Sports Time Ohio. It's a gorgeous sunny Sunday in downtown Cleveland as the Indians wrap up a 3-game weekend series against the Rockies. Tribe has the brooms at hand, looking for a sweep. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Two big reasons why the Indians have a chance to sweep the series. Starting pitching has been outstanding. Corey Kluber, then Trevor Bauer, and the awakening Indians offense starting to put it together. And a big reason for the offense, Lonnie Chisenhall. Man, this guy has hit all season long, but now, Rick, he's getting consistent playing time.
It's been fun to watch Lonnie develop into a major league hitter this year. I mean, he started right out of the chute. He's been hitting everything. He's been using the whole field. He's starting to develop a little power now. When you look at the month of May, how about a 373 batting average? That's second in the American League. He's starting to hit against left-handed pitchers because his confidence is up. He's the hitter that I think the Indians thought he would be. So Lonnie has been very, very solid this year. Playing first base today, by the way, as well.
And as you see their last 11 games, more productivity, more playing time, more consistent ABs, starting to drive in runs now as well. So Josh Tomlin will throw the rubber for the Tribe this afternoon, trying to take the ball from Trevor Bauer, who pitched a gem after Corey Kluber started the series on Friday night. Now play-by-play action is coming up next. McDonald's, I'm loving it. By your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. By Panini's, get overstuffed at Panini's Bar and Grill. And by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. Welcome into Progressive Field on a spectacular Sunday afternoon. Indians and the Rockies wrapping up their 3-game weekend series. On the hill for the Tribe this afternoon is Josh Tomlin. Let's take a look at the starting 9 for Walt Weiss and the Rockies. Charlie Blackmon leading it off, followed by Michael Kadire. Carlos Gonzalez batting third. Then it's Troy Tulowitzki, Justin Morneau, and Corey Dickerson. Brandon Barnes getting his first start in the series, as is Jordan Pacheco. And then DJ LeMahieu will bat ninth.
GMC starting pitcher is Josh Tomlin. He's making his 5th start and his 6th appearance of the year. He is 3-2, 304 earned run average. He's 4-1 in interleague play, and he has pitched one time against the Rockies. That came back in June of 2011, right here in Cleveland. He got the win in that ball game, went 6 1/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, a couple of home runs allowed. So Josh gets the opportunity, and he's got a tough act to follow the way the last 2 guys came out and started the ball games.
Charlie Blackmon to lead it off for the Rockies, and a first pitch fouled right back. Colorado swings the bats. They are an aggressive hitting ball club, but they are in the midst of a scuffle. They have lost 6 out of 8 on this current road trip, as Dribble Cabrera changing up gloves midstream here. That was interesting.
Well, maybe he had to have something tightened in that other one, and they couldn't get it finished in time.
Anyway, Rockies have lost 6 out of 8. They're just a game over 500 now. Third place in the National League West, 7.5 games off the pace. Indians come in 26-30. 7 games in back of front-running Detroit in the AL Central. Just a game and a half behind second place Chicago. Pitch down low. The Indians win combined by either a Kansas City or Minnesota loss, and the Indians will get out of the cellar. Swing and a miss. Blackmon is even the count now at 2-2.
Well, for a leadoff hitter, he doesn't get cheated. He swings hard. Tomlin pulls the string on him, gets the strike. He has 10 home runs out of that leadoff spot. The most ever by a Rocky as far as the number 1 spot goes.
He's 3 for 8 in the series with a home run. And he takes a called third strike to start the game.
Check it out. That was a low fastball right at the knees. That is on our Nissan pitch tracker right there, and that has been the theme of the weekend for the Rockies. They have punched out a lot, and it's normally a team that doesn't do that. They were last in the league in strikeouts coming into this series.
No, it's nice for George Contreras, who was called up when the Indians placed Carlos Santana on the 7-day concussion disabled list. This is his first start since getting called back, and he at least gets to work with a pitcher that he's worked with down in Columbus earlier. Swing and a miss. Michael Kadire comes up empty. Out of play to the right. Michael Kadire, 1 hit in the series and 8 at-bats. Ran it in on him, and it's fouled back. Carlos Gonzalez waits on deck. Weak tapper. Going to be a tough play here. Charging hard to Vilas. Barehand grab and throw. Safe at first. Terry Francona is going to come out and ask perhaps for a second opinion, as Bill Welke made the call down at first. It was close.
Yeah, it was. And, I mean, it wasn't hit hard. A normal guy. Kadire, you know, he's older. He doesn't get down the line as well. And all Avilas could do was get up and make the throw. It was awfully close. I'm going to have to say he was safe.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say.
Just from that look, I'm going to have to say right there, first inning, you don't want to lose it on this call for the rest of the game. He's safe.
Yeah, you're not going to win that challenge.
No, you're not.
So no challenge. And the Rockies have a 1-out base runner on a weak infield single by Kadire. Carlos Gonzalez, 1 for 7 in the series. Here's the thing about Gonzalez. He's tremendous ability. 8 home runs on the year, 31 driven in. In this series, he's got the 1 home run and 6 strikeouts in his 7 at-bats.
They have done a tremendous job pitching against this guy. But when you look at the numbers for Josh Tomlin, the number 3 and 4 hitters on the year are hitting .500 off him, 12 for 24 with 4 homers. He's given up 5 on the year. Everybody else hitting .127 against him.
Whether or not that's a product of trying to be too fine, trying to make that perfect pitch,
I don't know. The funny thing is, it's like Kluber. The 6 through 9 hitters are hitting much better than the first, 5. And it's only the 3 and 4 hitters for Josh Tomlin. I mean, that's just looking at the numbers in small samples. But to this point, it all depends who the 3-4 hitters are and how they're going.
Missed outside, 1-1.
But the Indians pitchers have done a great job of getting ahead of both Gonzalez and Tulowitzki in the series.
Yeah, they have.
They've been very aggressive, and I think that's what has certainly helped them.
They've had 16 at-bats between them. 9 times the count's either been 0-2 or 1-2.
Bingo. That's how you'd like to go. And it's not like, because they get aggressive. They don't sit there and wait for their pitch. If they like a pitch, they get after it early. They don't have to wait for one pitch fastball. They'll sit on breaking balls and get after it.
Two balls and a strike.
Gonzalez with the home run in the series. It was a high changeup from Kluber that he drove into right center field. And different today, there's no wind blowing in like there was the first 2 days. It's pretty mild here today. Just another gorgeous day here at the ballpark.
Driven down the left field line. Long run for Brantley. He makes the catch on the move. Just shy of the warning track for out number 2. Keys to the game brought to you by Akron Children's Hospital. The Indians going for a sweep of the Rockies. It would be their second straight sweep at home if they finish it off. Carlos Gonzalez, Troy Tulowitzki, the 3-4 hitters. Obviously the key. They've done a great job of keeping them at bay in the series. And for the Indians offensively, looking for production up and down. Yesterday it was down. The bottom part of the lineup carried the day.
Yeah, 8-9. They were riding the 8-9 horses yesterday.
Throw over. Drives Kadire back. Kadire not really a base stealer. He has 3 on the year.
No, but you just don't fall asleep on him. Nobody has tried to steal a base against Tomlin this year, and that's usually how it goes because he does a great job of handling the running game.
Tulowitzki takes a strike. The Indians this year have gone 17-11 here at Progressive Field. That remains the best home winning percentage in the American League. Kalani Chisnall getting his first start at first base today. I've seen him come in defensively a number of times, but today he'll be out there from the first pitch on. Outside with it, 1-1. Colorado offensively on his current road trip. They're batting .203 as a team. and averaging less than 3 runs a ball game. One delivery, chop foul third base side. I mean, it's for a long time, the Rockies have been known as a Jekyll and Hyde team. The team that plays at Coors Field puts up softball-like numbers and can just wear out a pitching staff. But the team on the road has a tough time scoring runs.
Well, yeah, I don't know what to say to it. I mean, they've tried everything out there in Colorado. Humidor, the whole 9 yards. It's just that's the way it goes.
A lot of it has to do with when you talk to people who watch the Rockies every day. I mean, it's the ballpark itself. It's a big, spacious outfield. It yields a lot of hits.
Hits, that's right, Matt. It's not home runs. People think it's the home run ball. That's the difference out there. They've homered 38 times at home, 34 on the road. It's the singles that fall in front of the guys that drive in the runs. If you walk anybody, you know it's the base hits that fall in. And they know their field very well because outfielders play deeper because it's a spacious outfield, but it's the balls that drop in front of a lot of the guys.
Dan O'Dowd, who was the assistant general manager here in Cleveland for years, has been the GM in Colorado for a long time. He learned right away that you need speedy, athletic outfielders in Colorado because there's so much ground to cover.
And sinker ball, changeup type pitchers.
Fly ball pitchers.
Well, you like ground ball pitchers. A guy like Tomlin, I don't know if he'd be able to pitch in that ballpark. He's a fly ball pitcher. You know, like because of his control, he gets a lot of pop-ups, not a lot of ground balls. You'd like to see ground balls in that ballpark.
Yeah, Denny Nagel, it didn't work out for him when he signed a big deal out there.
Well, Mike Hampton, he went out there as well.
Yeah.
Hampton was a good pitcher.
Two-two pitch. Fouled right back.
Ooh, good rip right there.
He had one to do some damage with. Talking to himself a little bit.
Yeah, it might have been just a little up. But, boy, he put a swing on it. He got the barrel out of that bat to the baseball.
This will already be the 21st pitch of the inning for Tomlin, who's had to work for it despite the fact that he's only yielded one little half-swing infield single. Big breaking ball. Got him. Tulowitzki fires his bat. The Indians have him completely tied up in knots this weekend. No score, bottom of the first. Let's take a look at Terry Francona's starting lineup, brought to you by Progressive. Michael Bourne leading it off, followed by Asdrubal Cabrera, then Michael Brantley. Jason Kipnis bats cleanup. Lonnie Chisenhall in the 5 spot. Jason Giambi gets the start batting 6th. David Murphy 7th. Mike Avila's 8th. And George Kateris will bat 9th.
GMC starting pitcher is Jhoulys Chacín. He is 0-4, making his 6th start. He spent a month on the disabled list with a right shoulder strain. Has pitched against the Indians before. That comes back on June 21st in 2011. 6 2/3 innings, allowed a run on 2 hits. Did not receive a decision in that game.
Pitch up high, ball 1. A strike in there to even the count. Down too low, 3-1. Nope, got ahead of myself. 2 balls and a strike.
No, you were right, Kreskin. You were right on cue, baby.
He took the weekend off, but he's still here in spirit. Now the 3-1. Bourne taken all the way, and it's a ball 4. And Michael, you could see he wasn't even going to offer. He was just going to see if Chacín could throw a strike.
Let's check out the Kia Rockies defense. Gonzalez in left, Blackman in center, Burns is in right. Kadire is at third, Tulowitzki is at short. LeMahieu is at second, Morneau is at first. Pacheco gets the start today behind the dish.
Gets away, and Bourne's on his way to second base. So Chacín, who's had a rough go of it as a starter for the Rockies, he's 0-4 in 5 starts with an ERA of over 5. An inauspicious start to this one, to say the least.
Well, it's only the 31st error, and it's going to be on Chacín because of the throw. Morneau was into the runner, so Bourne will go to second base, so they give him first and second with the error.
Now the pitch to Cabrera, and way outside for ball 1.
Guy having a tough time throwing strikes already.
Yeah, be patient for the Indians.
6 out of 7. Don't even bother swinging yet until he can get in the zone.
Well, you do have to wonder how much more patient the Rockies will be with the back end of the rotation. Franklin Morales, whose ERA is over 6, and Jhoulys Chacín, who hasn't won, and his ERA is over 5. Upstairs, 3-0.
Well, Kadire is going to come in and grab a little rosin, have a quick little pep talk, and say, let's go, big boy. Come on, throw strikes. Let us go to work over here.
The hope in Denver is that injured pitchers Brett Anderson and Tyler Chatwood will be back sooner rather than later to help this rotation. In the meantime, fans are wondering if they should make a move to bolster their staff. In there for a strike.
Well, supposedly they're supposed to have some good young pitchers that are just maybe a step away in the minor leagues, and you don't know if they want to rush any of those guys, you know?
That's the other option, yeah.
Right. Well, they may end up going to the young kids. Why not?
Outside, he's walked the first 2 to start the game. And it's going to bring up Michael Brantley.
That's been the problem. Chacin has walked 13 guys in his 27 2/3 innings, but also given up 30 hits. So you're looking at 43 base runners in the 27 innings. So there's a lot of traffic on the bases. You've got to be perfect once you, especially when you're giving them up like this.
Brantley had his hit streak stopped yesterday. Michael had hit in 15 straight games, 19 in a row here at home. Both streaks came to an end as he looks at a strike. The 19-game home hitting streak, the longest ever by an Indians player here at Progressive Field. And the 15-game overall hitting streak, the longest this year by an Indian. Brantley over a 300 hitter with runners on with runners in scoring position. And with men on, he's hit at 326, so he likes the traffic in front of him. And he lines a base hit into right field. Bourne coming around third, and they're going to wave him home. Barnes won't even attempt to make a throw. He lobbed it into the cutoff man as Brantley picks up his 40th run batted in on the year. And the Indians again will play from in front as they strike first, lead it 1-0.
Well, he can sit and be very patient because he wasn't throwing any strikes. This will be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. He went and threw a pitch down in the zone and had middle of the plate. And Mike Sarbar at third base is going to get aggressive early. There's no throw to the dish. And Bourne can score easily. Brantley, as you mentioned, his 40th ribby. Bourne scores the run, 1-0 Tribe.
Up comes Jason Kipnis, who found his stroke yesterday. Coming back off the DL, he was 2 for 4. I should say the day before. He was out of the lineup yesterday, came in as a pinch hitter late, walked and scored a run. Yesterday was a scheduled day off for Jason as he works his way back into everyday shape. Not easy when you miss a month of playing time. Handful of rehab starts. And even in those rehab starts, remember, he went 7 innings and then 9 innings.
Right. Well, it takes a little while to get back into it. You just don't jump into action like you're on a full sprint when you miss that much time.
Yolis Chacin delivers, and Kipnis slashes it down the left side, out of play. 1-2 the count.
The only hitter he has been ahead of right here is Kipnis out of the first 4.
And Lonnie Chisenhall waiting on deck. Terry Francona has loaded it up with the left-handed bats today. Only Mike Aviles, who's batting 8th, is a right-handed hitter in there today. Breaking ball smoked but foul.
You know, in his previous 5 starts, Chacin has not walked a batter in the first inning. He came out today and walked the first 2 guys he faced. And Brantley made him pay. So he's just trying to settle in right out of the chute.
Well, you know, if the media is talking about it and fans are talking about it, it probably hasn't been lost on Chacin that his days could be numbered as a starter. You start putting too much pressure on yourself, and that's never a good thing. He's thrown more balls than strikes to this point. And as Kipnis tries to zero in with 2 on, nobody out. A run in for the Tribe here in the first. Pulls it foul. As we saw yesterday, the Rockies are a team, though, you want to maximize your scoring chances because they have the kind of offense that can come back in a hurry. The Indians led it 6-2 yesterday, and boy, before you could blink, it was 6-6. 1-2 delivery. Kipnis is punched out for the first out of the inning. Here's our Hear Right Audiology sounds of the game. We've got Tribe third base coach Mike Sarbaugh mic'd up for today's ball game.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, gotta go!
Yeah, boy.
Waving him home.
Gotta go. Let's go.
Michael Bourne scoring the first run of the game. 2 on, 1 out now for Lonnie Chisenhall, who's been on some kind of tear. And he fouls it off.
He's the air traffic controller over there at third base. Bourne was carrying the mail, and he says, let's go. You got to go home. That's a fun position. There's a lot of pressure on you, though, as a third base coach. You got to know your runners. Your runners got to give you good efforts every day on base hits, because the only time you get recognized is when somebody gets thrown out.
Oh, that's a bad break. It stopped right out in front of home plate, but he's safe at second base. Oh, baby. Great hustle by Michael Brantley, proving once again you never assume on the baseball field. He went head down hard as he could to second, throws a little offline, and Michael beats the play.
Well, he was saying Tulowitzki's foot was off the bag. It's hard to tell. I mean, the throw was a little wide at second base.
Yeah, he was off.
That was a good look by the umpire. Look, he's sitting right there about 10 feet away. Watch the heel. The heel is off the bag. That's a great call. Didn't see it originally. It's tough to look at, but he was off the bag. That'll be a fielder's choice there, huh?
No error given.
No, there can't. Well, yeah, there could be on the catch. I mean, that was an easy play out right out in front of the plate.
If the throw's there, if he doesn't have to pull him off the bag, he's out.
That's all right. I mean, they have the bases loaded.
But again, great hustle by Brantley, forcing the issue. And now the bases are loaded with 1 out for Jason Giambi, the former Rocky. That was the manager, Walt Weiss, who went out delivering the message there, whether it was intended for Chacin or the rest of the guys on the infield. Indians trying to poke a hole in this one early. Giambi with them loaded and 1 out. 1 for 4 in the series. And it's down low, ball 1. The Indians as a team have batted .429 with the bases loaded this year, and that is the best bases loaded average in baseball.
That's a heck of a number.
How many teams have we seen, Rick, bases loaded and was like, oh boy, they'll be lucky to get a run out of this because everybody starts pressing, trying to do too much.
It happens, though. It goes through cycles. But I know one thing. This guy at the plate is going to make him throw strikes. You know, he's not going to help him out and swing at a bad pitch.
He told me that's something he learned, in his days in Oakland and then with the Yankees. The onus is on the pitcher.
Right.
Make him play at my pace. I'm not going to play at his pace. 2-0 pitch. 3-0 as the ball was in the dirt and it nearly skipped and hit him.
Now you can really target in, and Giambi, he does that very well. He'll make that about the size of a softball in that little zone where he wants to hit one into the seats or into their bullpen. If he doesn't get it, he will take it. Because you got a couple more to go after this. 3-0. There's no room for error here.
Bases loaded, 1 out. David Murphy on deck. Chacin's 25th pitch of the inning. And it's outside ball 4. Giambi picks up his 5th RBI on the year with a bases loaded walk. It's the 3rd walk in the inning.
You throw in an error. You throw in, actually they should have 2 errors, I think, because of the throw at second base on the fielder's choice. But it has been a bad inning for Colorado to start this ball game, and for Chacin, really. The defense is on its heels.
Now David Murphy.
Josh is liking it.
Murphy's had some ups and downs offensively, but he has still been a dynamite player in the clutch. A .364 average with runners in scoring position. He drives one toward left field. Gonzalez will make the catch. Tagging is Michael Brantley. He's coming home to score, and it's a 3-run first for Cleveland. Murphy with RBI number 32 on the year.
Free at bat when you're up there for the first time. Less than 2 outs. You got runners in scoring position. Gets the job done. Hits a sacrifice fly. The 19th sacrifice fly for the Indians.
Now that brings up Mike Aviles. Aviles had a 4 RBI game yesterday, a 3-run homer early, and the deciding RBI single late. Mike was batting 9th yesterday. Lonnie Chisenhall batted 8th yesterday, and they did all the damage. In fact, according to Elias, yesterday marked just the second time since the RBI became an official stat in 1920 for a team to score 7 or more runs, with all the runs being driven in by the 8th and 9th place hitters.
Sandbagging them.
The only other time it happened, Rick, was when Mike Greenwell drove in all 9 runs for the Red Sox out of the 8th spot in the lineup at the Kingdome in Seattle. He had a grand slam, a 2-run homer, a 2-run double, and an RBI single in that game.
Out of the number 9 hole, and that's all they scored was 9?
Out of the 8th spot, but yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
They won 9-8 in 10 innings.
That's a heck of a day.
0-2 pitch to Aviles. Popped back out of play.
Well, I like, you can see, and he was playing every day when Kipnis was out when it comes into May, so he's done a heck of a job. He got the start yesterday when Kipnis sat, and he had the great day because he's been ready. He's been playing every day. He's got a good feel at the plate. I like his last at-bat to get the base hit when he was down in the count 1-2. And he's done a nice job this year of hitting in that count when he's been down.
Trying to go the other way, and it's out of play. And a long first inning for Jhoulys Chacín.
No question about it.
He's given up 3, 2 on, 2 out. And Aviles won't go quietly. Hit that right off the end of the cupped
Go get a new
end of
piece.
his bat, and he's going to stay with it.
Yeah,
though.
you know what? It's just a little bit of that cup. There was that high breaking ball that he got. It was I don't know if it was a cutter or a slider.
Proved to be the game winner in the bottom of the 8th.
This is interesting. He stayed with his bat because he uses an extra long cup. You know, when that comes out of the bottom, so it's just a little frayed at the end. He says, I'm going to barrel it up.
Oh, he swings and misses and strikes out to end the inning. But the Indians plate 3 here in the first, and they'll play from in front, leading it 3-0. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Honda dealers, by the Cleveland Clinic. Call today for an appointment today. And by the Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. Indians with a 3-0 lead. Second inning, Justin Morneau to lead it off for the Rockies. And the former Twin takes a strike over the outside corner. Morneau 1 for 7 in this series. Way out in front, and it's 0-2. Hit to third. Bobbled. Aviles can't recover in time, and it's another error here to start the inning.
Third base has been a problem for the Indians this year. No matter who's played it, they've all had difficulties. They have 25 errors on that side of the infield, the left side. And it has really been a problem. That's number 56 on the year for the Indians.
Going to bring up Corey Dickerson. And Tomlin gets ahead with a strike. Hits it high and deep to right, and that baby is gone. Dickerson's second home run of the series gets the Rockies to within a run at 3-2. A quick response from Colorado here in the second, and they take advantage of yet another Indians error in the process.
Well, he's going to get a heater upstairs. Boy, and you don't want it middle of the plate. This kid, he swings it hard. Josh has given up a home run in every start or every appearance he has made. And this is going to add to it.
Swing and a miss. Brandon Barnes, first start in the series. Fouled right back. Barnes goes fishing, strikes out third K for Tomlin. One down here in the second.
Let's check out the Kia Indians defense behind Tomlin this afternoon. Brantley in left, Bourne in center, Murphy in right. Aviles is at third, Cabrera at short, Kipnis second, Chisenhall first, Gutierrez behind the plate.
Up comes Jordan Pacheco, Rockies catcher this afternoon. Pacheco, native of New Mexico, drafted in the 9th round in 07 out of New Mexico U. He was a Mountain West Conference Player of the Year in the season the Rockies drafted him. Upstairs. Back out of play. Doesn't say here when they originally drafted him what his position was. He was converted to catcher 1 year after the Rockies drafted him in 2008. Fouled right back. He was an infielder is all it says, so yet another guy. We see a lot of that throughout baseball, whether it be Cleveland or other places where catchers are usually converted guys. Just don't see a ton of players who are drafted as catchers that are catchers.
You know, they say, I guess, scouting, that's probably the toughest position to predict, you know. Guys down there predicting a catcher that's normally an everyday catcher, whether he's in college or not, to project him to come out and be that good.
Checked his swing and it fouls it into over the top of the Rockies dugout. They're right on the roof.
On the curveball, there you go. That's just like a little check to stay alive, and that's all you needed was a little piece.
Down on the dirt. When Pacheco came up as a rookie, he spent a lot of his time playing third base and first base. And he ended up only catching 5 games his rookie year, and he batted .309 in 132 games. Another foul ball. That year, he was the first National League rookie to rank in the top 5 in the league's batting race since Houston's Greg Gross finished 3rd and Bill Madlock finished 5th, both in 1974. Fastball low, and it's ball 4. Terrific at bat for Pacheco. Rockies have a 1-out base runner now for DJ LeMahieu. The injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk & Elk. Carlos Santana feels like he'll be ready to return before the homestand is over. The Indians feel like it might be more realistic to say Santana will rejoin the club on their next road trip, which begins Friday down in Texas against the Rangers. Saw Zach McAllister out on the field throwing before the ball game today, and he was doing that long toss. Certainly a good sign. Well, LeMahieu bunts it right back to Tomlin. He'll take the out at first. 2 down. There is Carlos Santana, who he had not one but 2 wicked foul balls right back into his mask in Baltimore. The first one looked bad. The second one couldn't have felt any better. And maybe it was the combination, maybe it was one or the other, but by the time the Indians got to Chicago, it had really taken its effect. He was in the starting lineup that day and then scratched right before the ball game. But the good news is, at least for now, he's feeling a lot better. And sometimes with that concussion, it can be day to day. You can be feeling great one day, and then the next day it comes back.
It's a lingering thing. We talked about it in, the first game of this series with Justin Morneau, who was with the Twins and missed an enormous amount of time, over 2 years, in and out.
Fouled back. Got a called strike in there, 1-2. Talking about Justin Morneau, it was 2010. He missed from July 16th through the end of the season with that concussion. And then he also missed the final month of the season in the next year, 2011, with symptoms from that concussion. Blackman awaits the 1-2 pitch from Tomlin with a runner at second base, Jordan Pacheco. Punches it to third. Aviles gathers himself, throws it over, inning over. Rockies get on the board with a 2-run home run from Corey Dickerson. It's a 1-run game as we go to the bottom of the second. Three-2 Indians as we go to the bottom of the second inning. George Contreras going to lead it off for the Tribe. His first game with the Indians was one for the ages. He became the first player in Indians history to homer in his first 2 at-bats with the club.
Well, he's back again. See if he can do it again. Yeah, that was a special day. Ended up catching Corey Kluber that day as well, so it was a good day all the way around.
And then ended up being sent down the next day. Count 1-1. Jhoulys Chacin. Oh, that's called a strike.
Well, he had
Generous.
a 33-pitch first inning where he ended up walking 3. He also made an error, so he set the table in the first. It wasn't very good. The one thing for Chacin, though, is that they've had a hard time scoring for him. They have not given him a whole lot of run support. when he's been on the mound.
Outside, ball 4. He's walked another. So Gutierrez draws the leadoff walk, and we'll turn it over to the top of the order and Michael Bourne. Let's listen in once again. Third base coach Mike Sarbaugh.
Hey, you can get off as far as he is, all right? Just be careful. I'll help you out here. Hey, if you can help me out a little bit with him, because I got Tulowitzki, all right? I'll try and do the best I can. Tag, 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 tag! Go, go, go. You're up, you're up.
You got to have 4 eyes when you're over there.
Yeah, a lot to keep track of and survey out there, especially when you've got runners on. Different situations, you're looking for different things. All the while relaying signals to the base runners. This time Gutierrez with Michael Bourne in there. Bourne takes, it's a called strike and it's 0-2. Michael walked his first time up. Smacked up the middle. It's off the glove of Chacin. Throw to first, and they'll get Bourne.
That was a base hit all the way up the middle. But he got leather on it somehow, some way.
Had Chacin known or heard from his infielders, he could have easily turned and thrown to second to get the lead runner, because Gutierrez had to freeze thinking he was going to catch the line drive.
I think it's just an element of surprise. Look at that guy glove, and he was just happy to go get one. I don't think he was listening. He heard, he saw. He just realized, I knocked the ball down, so out of panic, let me get it out. He does get Bourne at first base, so it's out number 1 in the inning.
Now it's Drupal Cabrera who walked and scored in the first. And a first pitch strike. Another one. Ripped into the glove of Morneau. He'll throw to second for a double play to end the inning. Gutierrez got caught straying too far off the bag. And after 2 innings of play, the Indians lead it 3-2.
Indians game with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. Get live look-ins, instant replay, audio, scores, free MLB TV game of the day, and more. Download on the App Store or visit Indians.com.
And here in the third inning, the Rockies will send their 2, 3, and 4 hitters to the plate against Josh Tomlin. Swing and a miss by Kadire. There's a line drive base hit into center field. Rockies get their leadoff man for the second inning in a row aboard. And that will bring up Carlos Gonzalez. Gonzalez way out in front of it. Colorado coming into today 28 and 27. 7.5 out in the NL West, third place. Game behind second place Los Angeles. On the year, the Rockies are 12 and 20 away from Coors Field. You realize that in their history, which began in 1993, they've only had one season in which they posted a winning record on the road. Missed inside to even the count. That one season in which they had a winning road record came in 2009. They were 41 and 40 away from home, and it was the best season they've ever had. They won 92 games and made the playoffs as a wild card team.
Well, that's what you strive for. If you can get 500 at the road, then you take advantage of home, and they've done well at home. They're 16 and 7, Colorado, and after they leave here, this is a 3-city trip. They go home and play 3 different teams. They get Arizona for 3, the Dodgers, and then Atlanta for 4. So that's a long homestand. They're looking to make hay when they get home. See if the Tribe can keep them down here before they get there.
3 on the right side for Gonzalez. Throw over.
A lot of throws. He had to throw over 6-7 times with Kadire on first base, and he's not really a base stealer. He has 3. Has yet to be caught, but he's just a guy that just, I wouldn't think.
To 1 pitch at the knees, a strike to even the count. The 2-2 is rolled foul up the first base side.
This is in off the plate. They just got a piece of it. The Rockies have done a good job when Tomlin's gotten to 2 strikes. They've been able to foul off 8 pitches to stay alive.
He has struck out 3 and he has walked 1. But he's thrown over 50 pitches with nobody out here in the 3rd inning. And he's made close to a dozen throws or so, it has seemed, over to first base.
He has. It's close. Boy, and you would think that Kadyr's over there like a Ricky Henderson.
Up high, full count. Gonzalez flied to deep left his first time up. It's the only time he's made an out in this series in which he hasn't struck out. Curveball, got him looking. Another punch out of Carlos Gonzalez. 4th strikeout for Josh Tomlin, and that's how he struck out Tulowitzki to end the 1st inning.
Yeah, 3 out of his 4 strikeouts have been called. It's a big slow hook, and they just can't pull the trigger. You know, they're not looking for that pitch in that count, and it sort of just locks him up. And you're right, he got Tulo his first at-bat like that.
Tulowitzki hitless in the series, 0 for 9. But boy, after he struck out to end the 1st inning, he looked like a frustrated hitter. He threw his bat a good 10 feet in the air, just kind of flipped it over toward the on-deck circle, as if to say, are you kidding me? Can it get any worse? I mean, this is a guy who's used to hitting everything in sight. He came into this series leading the National League in batting average far and away. I don't know if anybody's been able to close the gap on him since then. Still has an 8-point lead over Yasiel Puig. Watch this after the first at bat. See you later.
Yeah, he came into this series hitting .369. His batting average now is .350.
Two-0 count. Line up the middle. Into center field, and Kadyr's going to go for third. Here's the throw. Gets by the third baseman, Aviles, backed up smartly by Tomlin. And down to second on the throw is Tulowitzki. Probably not a real good idea there.
Well, you always want to keep that double play in order if you can. Kadir hustling. That ball hit hard right back up the middle, but you can see he sort of set him up a little bit. He slowed down coming around second base, and then when he put his head down, don't really think he had a chance at him, so you're probably right. He should have went to second base and kept it first and third and 1 out. But on the throw, Tulowitzki hustles and gets himself into scoring position. Now there's no double play in order.
And it snaps an 0 for 14 for Troy Tulowitzki. And it brings up Justin Morneau, reached on an error his first time up. Rockies down 3-2, but threatening now here in the third. Swing and a miss. Right back by Tomlin. Fielded by Kipnis. He'll get Morneau. The Rockies have tied the game. Morneau with his 34th run batted in on the year.
And that's why the hustle, you get to third base whenever you can on a base hit. Because it takes a little ground ball like that. If he gets that ground ball and they threw it into second base, there's a possible double play there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you always keep the double play in order if you're an outfielder.
Mickey Callaway's going to come out for a chat Remember to tweet your photos to us using the hashtag STOFanPhoto for a chance to have them shown during an upcoming telecast. It's all courtesy of AT&T. I think the reason for the visit here for Mickey Callaway is the fact that Corey Dickerson homered off of him last time up. And he's hit 2 home runs in the series. And he's up here, obviously a base open, 2 down. You got right-handed hitting Brandon Barnes on deck, who struck out his only time up in the series. And that was in the 2nd inning. So probably just a brief chat to say, hey, be careful here. You've got a base to work with. The right-handed hitter you took care of last time up.
Well, he didn't make a very good pitch to Dickerson his last time up. It was a fastball. It was high. It was up. He watched the location. Boy, it was a good pitch to swing at, and he hit it hard and hit it a long way.
Three here in the 3rd. Troy Tulowitzki, the go-ahead run at 3rd for the Rockies. He hits another one high in the air, deep to right. Murphy back on the track at the wall, makes the catch. And the inning is over. Dickerson almost hit it out of here to give the Rockies the lead. Instead, we are tied at 3. Beautiful day out on the lake. Beautiful day here at the ballpark. 3-3-hour scores. We head to the bottom half of the 3rd. And as you enjoy a cold one, remember to stay tuned later in the game for Miller Time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Michael Brantley, Jason Kipnis, and Lonnie Chisenhall due for the Tribe here in inning number 3. Pitch up high. Pulls it foul. The count 1-2.
Well, his 40th RBI on the year came on a low fastball, driving the Indians' first run. As Bourne scored, he walked.
There's a drive to right field. Back goes Barnes. It's over his head and off the wall. Brantley's going to have to hustle. Here's the throw, and he is in there ahead of the tag. Michael with his 13th double of the year. And the Indians get the go-ahead run in scoring position to start the bottom of the third.
Boy, he went in straight to the bag and as quickly as he could, because over in right field, Barnes played that ball really well off the wall. He got over there, came right back to him. Watch this. Boom, one hop, and he throws it in right on the money. And watch Brantley go straight in, didn't mess around, feet first, right into the base for a double. For Brantley, his 13th double. Oh, a leadoff man. Let's get him over, get him in.
Jason Kipnis called out on strikes his first time up.
I want to send our congratulations along to Gary and Becky Swenson of Columbus. They are celebrating their 46th anniversary. Congratulations.
Yeah. The 0-1. Missed outside with it. Kipnis hits one high in the air to center field. Back is Blackman, backpedaling. He'll make the catch. Tagging at second is Brantley. He's headed for third. Here's the throw. Not in time. So Kipnis gets his job done. And the go-ahead run is 90 feet away.
Well, come on out to the ballpark on Tuesday night. The Boston Red Sox will be in town. If you come to Tuesday night's game, you'll receive a Michael Bourne bobblehead, courtesy of Shears. 10,000 fans will receive the giveaway. Visit Indians.com for your tickets. They will bring the infield in to try and cut this run off with Chisenhall up.
Oh, he had one to hammer there and fouled it back. Lonnie topped one right out in front of the plate his first time up. It was a weird play that helped fuel the Indians' 3-run first. Catcher picked up the ball, threw to second to get a force out, but the throw was just far wide enough that it pulled Tulowitzki off the base, and Michael Brantley was safe at second. And that would prove costly for the Rockies as that pitch misses down and in.
In this series, the Indians 3 for 4 with runners on third and less than 2 outs. And you can see what Chisenhall has done. 6 out of 9 times this year.
Ripped foul down the left side. Lonnie Chisenhall has 15 runs batted in on the year. Upstairs. "14 of Lonnie's 15 runs batted in came in the month of May. So now that the calendar is turned to June, we'll see if he can pick up where he left off. He's awaiting the 2-2 from Chacin with the infield in. The go-ahead run at third. Up high with it. He looks at his hand as after he delivered the pitch. Chacin
trying to throw the big slow curveball there, and he just got underneath it.
He saw it work for Josh Tomlin a couple of times today. So let me try that.
Well, if he executed it, it might have been the right pitch because he had it set up with the pitch before that, a high fastball up and in.
And the payoff pitch hit high in the air. Deep right field, Barnes back, and he will make the catch. Tagging at third, coming home, and Michael Brantley scores the go-ahead run. Chisenhall with his 16th RBI on the year, 4-3 Cleveland. Just a bit off the end of the bat in terms of maybe hitting it out of here for a two-run homer, but deep enough to get his job done.
Yes, he does. He gets a nice job. Get him home. They got him on. They got him over, and they get him in. And that's the second sacrifice fly of the afternoon for the Tribe. Gives him 20 on the year.
Jason Giambi, a bases-loaded walk, his first time up. And he fouls it off. Tommy Kahnle beginning to loosen in the Colorado bullpen as Giambi takes a strike, and it's 0-2. .60 pitches thus far for Chacin. One and two the count. Chacin walked 3 in the first inning. Four so far in the game. In the dirt, 2-2. Two delivery. Strikes him out to end the inning. Third strikeout for Chacin. But the leadoff double by Michael Brantley comes home to roost, and the Indians lead it 4-3. Right now on FoxSportsOhio.com, who says Johnny Manziel reminds them of RG3? Can anyone overtake Bubba today at the Memorial? And when are the Cavs going to hire a new head coach? It's all on FoxSportsOhio.com. Right now, Josh Tomlin has the lead back at 4-3. He's got the bottom third of the Rockies order due up. Brandon Marnes to lead it off, and he takes ball one. Barnes, Jordan Pacheco, and DJ LeMahieu due for the Rockies here in the fourth.
Not a lot of hits in this ball game, although the Rockies have 4, the Indians just 2. But a lot of pitches thrown by these two pitchers.
Yeah. 2-1 to count.
Tomlin now, he was 2-0 to 3 of the last 4 hitters.
A little bit outside. Dylan maybe perhaps a bit low, 3-1. Fouled off the right shoulder of George Gutierrez. Barely even flinched. May not seem like a big deal, but that's something that scouts, coaches, managers, they look for a catcher that doesn't go through a lot of histrionics whenever he's hit by a foul tip or a ball. David Murphy settles under that for out number 1. Great clip of the game from yesterday, courtesy of Trevor Bauer. Another solid start for that young man. In fact, Corey Kluber and Trevor Bauer have combined allowed just 4 runs over 13 1/3 innings in the first 2 games of this series. And Bauer just doing a terrific job. He's worked hard to refine his mechanics and his delivery. Feels like he's in a pretty good place right now. And it showed yesterday. Thought it was interesting. He told Jason Stanford and Al Pulaski earlier today on Indians Live that balance is a big key for him in his delivery. And he said, in Baltimore, for whatever reason, I was out of balance, and I couldn't find that right balance in my delivery. And it showed because he was consistently missing up in the strike zone and up out of the strike zone.
Arm trailing. It's almost like you're throwing uphill instead of staying behind it and getting it downhill. He was great yesterday.
Yeah,
But you know what? This is a young pitcher, 23 years old. He's only going to get better, and he's going to be searching for a while. But when he's right, he's fun to watch. He's got very good stuff.
Meanwhile, Josh Tomlin looks like he's fighting himself a little bit today. Very rarely do you see him behind in the count as much as we have, especially in the last couple of innings. 3-0 here. And a strike. He walked Jordan Pacheco, the number 8 hitter, his first time up. See if he can come back to get him. With the number 9 hitter, DJ LeMahieu, waiting on deck. Broke his bat. Rolls it to short. Cabrera gathers and throws and got him 2 away. Stat of the game brought to you by the Buick. And there are the 1-2 punch that I referred to in the first 2 games of this series. How about that, though? Look at the 4th number down. Combined 2 walks against 20 strikeouts.
Well, unfortunately, Bauer didn't get the win. He should have had one, but the bullpen gave up some runs. They gave up a big 4-run inning, but the Indians able to come right back and score on it.
DJ LeMahieu, a tapper back to the mound his first time up. Came back with a curveball, and it's 0-2. Hit that off of his foot.
For Tomlin this year, we told you he's making his fifth start. It's the first time he's making the start after an Indians win on the year.
Low and away. That's going to get out of play. Count stays, a ball and 2 strikes. Got him looking. Josh Tomlin sets him down 1-2-3 for the first time today. He has struck out 5, and the Indians lead it by a run.
Well, there'll be another Dollar Dog Night Wednesday. Red Sox in town. Dollar Dogs all night long. Visit Indians.com for your tickets.
Home half of the 4th. David Murphy, Mike Aviles, George Gutierrez due up for the Tribe. Murphy drove in a run on the first with a sac fly, his 32nd RBI of the year. And Jhoulys Chacín misses for ball 1. Outside 2-0. There was activity in the Colorado bullpen last inning. Chacín has allowed 4 runs so far here today. He is winless on the year, and it has certainly stirred things up in Denver.
I don't know if you noticed, but Chacín is out of that stretch now like he was last inning. Even with nobody on base. He started the game out of the full windup. Had issues throwing strikes, so he's trying to refine it and keep it simple.
Murphy bangs it behind the bag fair. Morneau takes it himself, 1 away. So last inning, Michael Brantley went and tagged up after he doubled. He got himself to third base with 1 out, and then he had this conversation with third base coach Mike Sarbaugh.
Hey, we'll make it go through here. You know, you get that one high up chopper off the plate. or you get a read on something soft down the line, you're ready to go. Other than that, we'll make it go through. Got one.
Different scenarios you have to think through every time.
Well, a lot of times, you know, when you have a guy that can run like Brantley, you can let him go on contact, and you know, in hopes that he'll be able to beat it. That time they choose to make it go through. Chisenhall still did his job, so it didn't matter.
No balls, 2 strikes to count on Mike Aviles. Fouled right back. Franklin Morales, who started yesterday, and Yolis Chacin started 11 games in the month of May and didn't win a single one of them.
Well, that's a dry spell. Well, as I mentioned, they haven't been scoring for Chacin when he's been on the mound. 3 times they have not scored a run when he's pitched. He's been averaging just 1.3 runs per game when he's on the mound.
Yeah. Longtime sports writer Woody Page in Denver, he took aim at Dan O'Dowd. I mean, he's got him in the crosshairs because he's basically saying you need to do something as general manager of the club about these 2 starters who are really struggling at the back end of the rotation. Aviles.
Look at Aviles go with 2 strikes.
Drops a single into left field.
You mean with the offense that they have, yeah, you're figuring, hey, give me somebody that can just get us deep into the game and to our pen.
How about this line? This is the quote from the paper today from Woody Page. He says, quote, "The stealthy Mr. O'Dowd, wherever he's hiding out with Sasquatch, says nothing, does nothing."
Oh, wow. Sasquatch, that's up in the Northwest, I think.
I mean, ouch.
He might be thinking to Jack Lynx.
He goes on to talk about the 2 young pitchers in the minor leagues that you referenced earlier. Perhaps they'll give those 2 young guys a chance to call up Eddie Butler and Tyler Matzik. Or do you go out and make a move? 1-0 pitch. Well, the problem with making a move, and we've heard this from a lot of different people who are either in the front office or scouts that you and I converse with, this is a hard time to make a trade right now because if you're looking to acquire something, you're going to pay through the nose.
Yeah, it is a tough time. And also, the draft is coming up here this week.
Yeah, so, a lot of teams are focused in on that.
You're right.
Runner goes, throw down to second base, and Mike Aviles with a steal.
Well, that ball sailed on Pacheco as he threw it to second base, but Aviles gets his 5th steal. That ball took off, and it cut to the left field side of the base.
Watch where Aviles slides to the backside of the bag.
Yes, indeed. Go in there hard. Go in there to the backside of the bag. He gets a stolen base.
And now he's in scoring position for Contreras, who walked his first time up and now sitting with another 3-0 count. And he's walked again. Well, when a guy comes up and hits 2 home runs in his first 2 at-bats, you got to be careful. Let's go back to the studios right now for a Mazda game break. Here's Al Pawlowski.
Hey, Matt, Rick, let's go north of the border. Blue Jays, Royals. Blue Jays with the early lead here. Gianna Navarro in the 2nd inning. That's his 3rd homer of the year. It's a solo shot. Blue Jays had a single run in the 4th. They're up 2-0 behind Mark Burley. 6th inning in Toronto. Matt?
Thanks, Al. Here the Indians have 2 on with 1 out, top of the order. Jim Wright, the pitching coach, out there to talk to Chacin.
Burley going for win number 10 today.
Well, I was just filling out my ballot for pitcher of the month, and I gave him strong consideration because he had a fantastic month of May, but not as good in my mind as Corey Kluber.
But see, you got to see all of Kluber starts. That certainly helps, doesn't it?
We did see one of Burley's.
Yeah.
And he was very good. But you strike out 60 and walk only 8 in a month, go 4-0, 2.09 ERA. Since I voted, am I allowed to campaign for Kluber now?
Well, you can
Why not,
campaign
right?
all you want, sure.
Maybe the
I don't
votes
know
have already been
who
cast.
all gets the votes.
The 0-1 missed outside. Michael Bourne trying to add to the Tribe's lead here. He's been very good driving in runs out of that leadoff spot. You don't get a lot of runners in scoring position usually when you're batting leadoff, but you saw the stat there.
Well, Bourne did a nice job the second half of last year, if you remember, driving in runs. I think he was second to Swisher on the team after the All-Star break at driving him home, and for some reason he does a nice job hitting with runners in scoring position.
There's a fly ball to center field. Blackman goes back. He'll make the catch. Aviles will tag, and he'll hold right there at second base. 2 down. Get inside the golf zone with Jimmy Hanlon tonight on Sports Time Ohio. Jimmy will bring you highlights from the Memorial down in Columbus. Have they ever had better weather for the Memorial than this, huh?
Probably not.
Best ever.
That's usually, it rains every year for that.
Golf Zone tonight at 8 with Jimmy Hanlon. Asdrubal Cabrera walked and scored in the first, lined into a double play that ended the second. Fastball in there for a strike. Down low, nicely smothered by the catcher Pacheco. Now the 1-1. Cabrera bounces it to Morneau. Big hop. He'll take it himself. And the inning is over. Tribe strands a pair. We've played 4. It's Cleveland 4, Colorado 3. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by Sunnyside Toyota, a quarter-mile west of Great Northern Mall on the North Olmsted Auto Mile. By Levin Furniture. And by Kia. Visit mykiacleveland.com to learn more. Fifth inning and a 4-3 Cleveland lead. Josh Tomlin will make his 80th pitch of the afternoon coming up here to start this frame. 52 out of 79 for strikes. And he's got the top of the Colorado order coming up here. Blackman, Kadire, Gonzalez. Down on the left side, out of play. Tell you one thing about Colorado. They have got some size on their roster. They could probably take just about anybody in the league in basketball. Because they just match you up and you wouldn't have an answer for them.
They got a lot of big men.
Well, Blackman strikes out here. He goes 6'3". Troy Tulowitzki's 6'3", so you got a couple of good wings. Carlos Gonzalez could be your point guard. You got Morneau at 6'4". DJ LeMahieu at 6'4". They could be your forwards, and you can bring Drew Stubbs in at 6'4". He could be your center. That's a lot of size for baseball.
Yeah, your typical 6'1".
Yeah. Boy, by no means is Josh Tomlin putting on a clinic here today, but he has struck out 6. So that's 26 strikeouts by Indian starters in the first 3 games of the series. Just from the starters.
Right.
And as you pointed out in the opener, this is a Rockies team that doesn't strike out a lot.
Well, they didn't coming into this series, but the big curveball has done a number against them, on the starters for the Indians. Kadire, though, 2 for 2 today. That infield single the first time, then a line drive to center.
Reached for it, might have broke his bat, and Cabrera throws him out 2 away. In-game recap brought to you by your Toyota dealers. Michael Brantley. Base hit in the first inning. The Indians ran out to a 3-0 lead. But the Rockies came back. One swing of the bat from Corey Dickerson. Cut it to 3-2. They would tie it at 3 in the third. And then Lonnie Chisenhall with a sacrifice fly to put the Indians back in front 4-3. And that's where we stand now in the 5th. Carlos Gonzalez, big swing and a miss.
Here.
Right by Tomlin, but look at who's standing behind him. with the shift on as Dribble Cabrera throws him out. Another 1-2-3 inning for Josh, who's set down 8 straight Rockies hitters.
Four, 3, 2, 1 is back at Progressive Field. Again, fans can take advantage of the $4 12-ounce beers, $3 hot dogs, and $2 pop refills every game at the ballpark. Visit Indians.com for your ticket details.
Michael Brantley to lead off for the Tribe here in the bottom of the 5th. Brantley, who had his hitting streak snapped yesterday at 15 games, has come right back out with a vengeance here today. An RBI single in the first, leadoff double, scored the go-ahead run in the third. Way outside. 3 balls and a strike. Hit on the ground to second base. And LeMahieu throws out Brantley, one away. Tomorrow, the Boston Red Sox come to town to open up a 3-game series against the Indians. Red Sox have been rolling. They've won 6 in a row after dropping 10 straight. And they'll be here tomorrow night to take on the Tribe. Our coverage begins with Indians live at 6:30. First pitch, 7 o'clock. Justin Masterson will face his old club against John Lackey. Jason Kipnis taking a strike. Out of play. A little bit low. Chacin at 92 pitches today. One of those games where it didn't look like he'd be around at this point when the game began.
No question. That first inning, he threw, 31, I think, 31 pitches or so to get through it. And
walked the first two, walked 3 in the inning, including walking in a run. But somehow he survived. .54 out of his 94 pitches for strikes. I don't know if he's been effectively wild or what.
Well, he really struggled early and then settled in. Then what did they say? Get those starters before they settle in. And they were able to put 3 runs on the board in the first.
And he settled in by going to the stretch. He abandoned the windup earlier in the game. That's his 4th strikeout today, 2 down in the 5th.
Well, there's a fastball upstairs. Well, you said Trevor Bauer, balance, rhythm. Maybe he was off balance, didn't have anything working for him coming out of the full windup. But it didn't take long because he was out of the stretch from the first hit of the game anyway. So he probably felt more comfortable like that. Then walked the leadoff man in the second inning. So why not just stay with it?
Leadoff double in the third.
Right.
Lonnie Chisenhall drove in the go-ahead run in the third with a sac fly to right field. 4 for 8 in the series with a double and a home run. That one's in the air to left. And Gonzalez makes the catch. Tribe goes 1-2-3 for the first time today. And after 5, the Indians lead it 4-3.
I was always...
.4-3 Indians on top. Top of the 6th inning. Remember to tweet your photos to us using the hashtag STOFanPhoto for a chance to have them shown during one of our telecasts. It's all courtesy of AT&T. Troy Tulowitzki, Justin Morneau, and Corey Dickerson. Indians lead it by a run. Tulowitzki a base hit his last time up. And he takes a strike. It's 0-2. Tulowitzki snapped an 0 for 14 slump
Yeah, I don't think
single in the third.
Seen him all series take 2 pitches in a row. Boy, he gets after it. But Tomlin started him off with the curveball. He might have been looking for that pitch on the second pitch.
Now the 1-2. Foul out of play. He was stomping mad. Tulowitzki takes his time as he digs in. Got him looking. Tulowitzki is rung up. 7th strikeout for Josh Tomlin. And he'll head back to the dugout. Indians have done a terrific job all weekend long against the dangerous Rockies right-handed hitter.
Boy, 5 of the 7 Tomlin strikeouts have been called. There's a little breaking ball away. Tulowitzki disagrees with it. But the Indians starters in this series, 27 strikeouts and only 3 walks. And they have had at least 1 strikeout in every complete inning pitched.
Justin Morneau reached on an error and scored in the second, grounded out and drove in a run in the third. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Chased one again. And a count 1-2. Double barrel action for the Tribe in the pen as Tomlin closes in on 100 pitches this afternoon. He has set down 9 in a row. Make it 10. He strikes out his 8th of the game. And there are 2 gone in the 6th.
I mean, when you watch Josh go about it, man, he makes some very good quality 2-strike pitches. They're not able to pull the trigger, and when they do, they come up empty. A lot of times they're doing a little window shopping. 5 out of the 7 were punch outs until he gets to Morneau. He was able to get him to swing and miss for his 8th. And Josh is done for the afternoon, and it was a good one for him.
He only walked 1, struck out 8. And he's out with 2 down here in the 6th. And the Indians leading it 4-3. Our Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen will be for left-hander Josh Outman. 4-3, the Indians lead the Rockies. 6th inning with 2 down. Left-handed hitting Corey Dickerson coming up. Left-handed pitcher Josh Outman coming on. He threw 1 pitch yesterday and it ended up in the cheap seats.
Yeah, Blackman got him for a 3-run shot.
Oh, man. How about the hops by our man in blue down there?
I still think it got him. I think it got him in the left knee, but he looks okay.
He looked like a jack-in-the-box. He got out of that seat so fast. Ba-dum. Call a strike on the outside corner.
In this series, Colorado just 2 out in their 2-out hitting, 2 for 23, 0 for their last 17.
Now the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The Rockies go 1-2-3. They have struck out 9 times today as a team, and the Indians have set down 11 straight Colorado hitters.
Well, we want to remind you again that Tuesday night it'll be Michael Bourne bobblehead night. The Red Sox will be in town for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Tuesday night, Bourne's bobblehead. 10,000 fans will receive the giveaway.
New Colorado pitcher is right-hander Tommy Kahnle. Second appearance in the series. Kahnle last year pitched in Double-A for the New York Yankees. But the Rockies liked him enough to say, we'll take a Rule 5 flyer on him. So they selected him out of the Yankees system in the Rule 5 draft this past off season, which means he's got to stay on their big league roster all season long, or they'll have to offer him back to the Yankees. And hey, so far so good. Kahnle's 2-1 with a 2.20 earned run average. Yeah, you would think, Rick, that young guy, you got to really protect him, and he's made 21 appearances So they've used him effectively.
Can't pass up good pitching if you get an opportunity.
And I suppose one of the things that attracted the Rockies to him is that he's always been a reliever. He's never started a game professionally. Ground ball. And with the shift on, that was Kadire, the third baseman over there, who makes the play. Time for another Mazda game break. Back to the studios. Here's Al Pawlowski.
Today in Chicago, Chris Sale took a perfect game into the fifth inning here. Chase Edley broke it up, and he also tied the game with his solo home run to left. It evens it up at 1. White Sox coming to bat in the bottom of the fifth inning. Tie game now in Chi-Town. Matt?
All right, thanks, Al. David Murphy taking a strike. Drove in a run with a sac fly in the first. I mean, the fact remains that while the Indians lead at 4-3, they only have 3 hits in the game. Make it 4. 1-out single by Murphy here in inning number 6. And the Tribe has had 3 singles and a double in the ballgame, but they took advantage of those early walks. And now we'll see if they can scratch out another run as Murphy smokes one right back through the box.
Yeah, Chuck and Duck on our Wendy slow motion replay. Little spinner coming up there, and he goes right back up the middle with it. As you mentioned, only the 4th hit. Both teams with 4 hits.
Ball gets away.
Error of the day on a pickoff just to throw to first base to keep him honest. Now, was that one on Morneau? Because it didn't look like that was that bad of a throw.
I have to go see again, Rick.
It didn't look like
it looked like he
bad.
threw a sinker.
It's right there.
He missed it, but if we have the angle, maybe watch this angle. Now watch how this ball takes off. Yeah, I don't know.
I think you still have to catch it.
I do too.
I mean, yes, it wasn't on the money, and it wasn't thrown all that hard, I don't think, but it's got to be another error. On the pitcher. They do give it to the pitcher.
Avila's hammers one, left center field. Blackman, though, the center fielder, are able to run it down. Plenty of time, 2 away. Well, we'll see if George Coteras can add to the Tribe's lead. He's been up twice today, and the Rockies have walked him both times.
He's a guy that doesn't, with his approach, he's very quiet in the batter's box. He doesn't swing a lot of bad pitches. Mm-hmm. He's not afraid. He waits till he gets something in the zone.
Big bouncer towards second base. LeMahieu will throw him out. We've played 6 complete here at Progressive Field, and the Indians lead it 4-3. 4-3 as you're looking at the ballpark on a beautiful sunny Sunday afternoon from our Panini's Overstuffed Cam. Brian Shaw coming on to pitch for the Indians now here in the 7th. Trying to hold a 1-run lead. Shaw making his 29th appearance this year. That'll move him out of a 3-way tie with Mark Zipchinski and Cody Allen for the most appearances this year. He's got the bottom third of the Rockies order due up. Brandon Barnes, Jordan Pacheco, and DJ LeMahieu are due up.
Entering this series, Colorado, as a team, averaged 6.6 strikeouts per game. In the 3 games so far to this point, they have struck out 35 times. 16 have been called.
Wow.
15 on Friday night, 11 yesterday, and 9 so far right now, and there's still 3 innings to go.
In there for a strike. Line by the first baseman and down a right field line. Barnes has his first hit today. He's digging for 2, and he'll go in safely with a leadoff double.
Yeah, pretty good job of hitting right there, staying on the baseball, taking it the other way. That cutter up and out over the plate that he stayed on, and you can see where Chisenhall was way off the line. That'll get down into the corner, ricochet off the wall for a double. See how Colorado plays this one, down 1 in the 7th.
You know, Pacheco's swinging away, and he swings right through it.
Yeah, they're letting the fight doctor go ahead and swing.
Ferdy Pacheco, the fight doctor. Shaw takes a long time, sets, delivers. And he missed. It's 1-1. Shaw's 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Out of play right side. Says here Ferdy Pacheco is now 86 years old.
Is that right? He's trying to go to the right side.
The 2-2. He's trying it.
He's digging it out of there.
DJ LeMahieu waiting on deck. Rockies batting here in the 7th, down a run. Walt Weiss, his club, has lost 6 out of 8 on their current road trip.
Well, that's what the Indians did when you go back to the 3rd inning. They had the leadoff double. They got him over. They got him in for the 4th run. This is what Colorado is trying to do in this inning. They have the leadoff double.
On this current road trip, the Rockies, with the 3 runs scored, that's actually more than they've averaged on the road trip. They came into today averaging 2.8 a game on this trip. So offensively, which is normally their calling card, they've had a tough time against Indians pitching.
Boy, what a good at-bat that was by Pacheco. He worked it. He was down in the count and ends up going to first base.
He's walked twice now today, and this was a borderline pitch, but a little bit off the plate. And now DJ LeMahieu will bat with 2 on and nobody out.
Well, I would think you got to bunt here. Number 9 hitter, you've got the first 2 aboard. You've got your left-hander on deck. I think there's no question he'll be bunting here.
He pulled it back. Oh, it actually got the bat. He said a foul tip. LeMahieu said, "Are you kidding me?" Now, that's
well,
what James
he called
Hoy.
it, so obviously he saw it. Look at there, you're getting a little argument from the skipper.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that wasn't even close on a tip. Maybe he's seeing things. There was definitely, it wasn't even close. And he called it on the foul tip. That's what Walt Weiss is yelling at. Get some help.
So the Indians maybe catch a break here. We'll see if Shaw can use it to his advantage. He squares, bunts it off the plate.
Oh, that's a perfect one. Don't even look to third.
He'll get the out at first. And the sacrifice goes 1-4. Top of the order now, runners at second and third. Let's go back to the studios for a Mazda game break. Here's Al.
And Matt, after a scintillating month of May, the Blue Jays in first place in the AL East. Here's one of the big reasons why. Edwin Encarnacion with 16 homers in May. He's added again in June, hit his 19th of the season today. Helped the Blue Jays to a 4-0 win over the Royals. Matt?
Good stuff, Al. Edwin Encarnacion continues to just hammer away at opposing pitchers.
Yeah, you talk about having a good month of May. That's incredible. He had 5 multi-homer games in that month to tie Albert, and I think Bonds as well.
Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second. Charlie Blackmon 0 for 3 today, 3 for 11 in the series at the dish. Slashes it foul. In the air, center field, shallow center field. Bourne coming in. He'll make the catch, tagging at third. Barnes is coming home. Here's the throw to the plate, and he is safe at the plate. Apparently, Barnes got the hand in there.
Good slide. It's a good slide. It looked like his hand touched home plate, and I think Brancona wants to go out and take a look at least till they can get a replay in here. It looked like the hand was underneath. I agree, Matt, just from the naked eye. We'll get a look at our replay. It's a one-hopper. He gets underneath. Now he's in the way. Can you
hands on the plate?
Yeah,
now
he
can see
is.
it. Yep.
His hands on the plate, and there's no question that he was correct. Got in the way. But watch it sneak in between the legs. Gets the plate by the time the tag comes down. We have a tie game. So they were able to do the same thing. Get that leadoff double, get him on, get him over. But they still have a man on third base. That's dangerous when you go in head first like that with that guy with the gear on. Very dangerous.
Tie game now. 2 down. I'll tell you what was really interesting watching the replay is that George Contreras was set up to take the throw. And as Barnes was coming home, he picked his path to go out and toward the front of the plate to slide. And then the throw brought Contreras back in front of the plate to catch it. But Barnes never deviated from his path. He stayed right with his patch. That's what the rules say. Stay with your path. And even though it put him in harm's way diving head first into the legs of a catcher. Sometimes that might not always work out, but he's already made up his mind to go out there.
Right, he's coming inside.
And Contreras had to come out to get the throw. That couldn't have felt good on his arm when he went into that shin
arm,
guard.
Head, you can really get injured. The ball bounced high. If that ball was lower, he would have been in a heap of trouble.
Or if he'd have gone in feet first, he might have taken Contreras' legs out from under him. And he might have gone toppling over. 4-4. Go ahead, run at third. Kadire a 3-1 count. And he drives one to right field, but David Murphy has it measured and makes the grab to end the inning. Stretch time here at Progressive Field. We have a new ball game tied at 4, 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Spitzer Auto World. Life is hard. Buying a car shouldn't be.
Welcome back to the bottom half of the 7th inning. We have a tie ball game 4-4. We have third base coach Mike Sarbaugh mic'd up this afternoon. Let's go down and take a listen to what he has to say.
Come on, come on, come on, come on,
just be careful. I'll help you out here. Hey, if you can help me out a little bit with him, because I got Tulowitzki, all right? I'll try and do the best I can. Tag, 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 tag! Go, go, go! You're up, you're up. Hey, we'll make it go through here. You know, you get that one high up chopper off the plate, or you get a read on something soft down the line. Be ready to go. Other than that, we'll make it go through. Got one.
Just a little idea what the day in the life of a third base coach may go through, and that's just all part of it, because in between innings they talk to the third baseman and just about the umpires, anybody they can.
Well, hopefully he'll have some more action before this one's over as we go to the bottom of the seventh in a tie game. Left-hander Rex Brothers will appear now for the Rockies. He's got the top of the Indians order. Now remember, this is an Indians lineup today that featured 8 left-handed hitters. You got the switch hitter Cabrera. The other 7 left-handed bats are pure left-handed hitters, and then Mike Aviles, who's batting 8th.
Well, Brothers was the guy that took the loss in yesterday's game, giving up a hit and a run. Also walked the batter. The hit coming off the bat of Mike Aviles.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. On his bench, Terry Francona has right-handed batters Ryan Rayburn, Jesus Aguilar, and of course the backup catcher today, Yan Gomes, getting the day off. The 2-2 to Bourne. He is rung up. Didn't like the call, but that is a strikeout, 1 down. Now the Indians take on the Rangers Saturday at 8 p.m. on Fox Sports 1. Show your tribe pride by using the hashtag Indians on FS1 and let everyone know how passionate Tribe fans are. As Dribble Cabrera walked and scored in the first. He has lined out, grounded out since then. Sends one high in the air, left center field. Routine play for Blackman. 2 down. And that will bring up Michael Brantley. Brantley today singled in a run and scored in the first. He doubled and scored in the third. And after that third inning, the Indians offensively have not been able to generate much. Just 2 singles and a walk. The only base runner since Brantley's leadoff double in the third. Down low with it, 1-1. Caught the corner. Brantley down on the count, 1-2, as Terry Francona looks on from the dugout. Evens the count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lonnie Chisenhall drove in the last Indians run in this game. That was back in the 3rd inning with a sac fly. He plated Michael Brantley. But Brantley strikes out, fires the bat toward the dugout, and the Indians go 1-2-3.
The Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
Stay tuned for Indians Live, brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. It's coming up next here on Sports Time Ohio. We are going to the 8th inning, and Brian Shaw, who worked the 7th, allowing the tying run, will stay on to pitch here in the 8th. He worked an inning and 2/3 yesterday. Mark Zipchinski warming behind him in the bullpen.
Well, what a beautiful bunt. Wow. That is absolutely perfect.
Gonzalez with the bunt single.
Looking to get a start, and he lays down a beauty. Look at, they're playing back. Avila's way back and not even thinking of the bunt, and he just dropped down a perfect bunt. Makes it look easy, doesn't he?
Boy, sure did.
Did right there. It's only the 6th hit for the Rockies, but they get their leadoff man aboard here in the 8th.
Troy Tulowitzki has struck out twice today. 1 for 11 in the series. Pretty good chance this will be the last hitter for Shaw. That's in there, and the count is 2-1.
Looks like Tulowitzki taking that all the way just to get a good look and see what he's throwing on 2-0.
chopped by the mound. Cabrera's only play at first. Unloads in a hurry to get Tulowitzki. And the go-ahead run into scoring position. Too bad that wasn't hit just a tick harder, or the Indians might have turned 2 on him.
Yeah, the only play that Cabrera had was first base. Terry Francona coming out to the mound now to make the pitching change.
So a timeout, as the left-hander Mark Zipchinski will be summoned. Tie game here in the 8th. (4-4) 8th inning. As promised earlier, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Josh Tomlin went 5 2/3 innings here today. He had a little trouble early on with falling behind some hitters, but all in all, he finished very strong. Struck out 8 and retired the last 10 in a row that he faced in the ballgame.
Yeah, he was very good today. Good breaking ball. Five of his 8 strikeouts called.
Justin Morneau, 0 for 3. Takes ball 1. Now the New York Yankees are finding out that life without Mariano Rivera is like life just about everywhere else in the major leagues. David Robertson, with his second blown save of the season, gave up a home run in the 9th to Josh Willingham, and the Yankees and Twins are now tied 2-2. When you don't have Mr. Automatic, it's you just cross your fingers and hope for the best.
I'll tell you, it seems like there's no closer that's automatic anymore. And I think once he retired, that's the way it probably should be. It seems like everybody, you have issues. You have a few teams throughout baseball now that are closing by committee.
Morneau fouls it off the body of Gutierrez. The 2-1. Morneau hits it weakly towards short. Cabrera long throw. Got him. 2 away. And that's going to bring up Corey Dickerson.
2-run homer his first time up. Fly to deep right to end the third inning. And then struck out his last time up. That was against the left-hander Josh Outman. A little bit low, ball one.
You got a fastball early in the game that. Oh, that was yesterday. Sorry, got that first pitch and hit it out of the ballpark.
Dickerson takes a strike. Charlie Blackmon's 3-run homer came yesterday in that 7th when Josh Outman came on to face him. He got one pitch and creamed it.
There we go. The fastball is today in the 2nd inning that he got. Hit it out of here. Good power. That made it a 3-2 game.
Dickerson homered yesterday to get the ball rolling for Colorado in that 7th inning. It was weird because it happened so fast. 6-2, the Indians led it. And Scott Atchison retired the first batter of the inning, and then Dickerson homered. Back-to-back hits by Rosario and LeMahieu. He was yanked. In came Outman. One pitch later, kaboom. It was a 4-run inning. Three-one pitch and a full count. Right-handed hitting Brian Barnes waits on deck. This crowd of better than 16,000. Making some noise here with 2 down in the inning. Right back up the middle. Cabrera's there to field it. Fires it. Got him. Asdrubal Cabrera assists on all 3 outs here in the 8th inning. And we stay tied at 4.
4-4. We are tied. And as we go to the bottom of the 8th, Colorado goes back to their bullpen for another left-hander. No surprise there. It's Boone Logan. Logan making his 20th appearance of the year. He got off to a terrific start, but lately he has been battered around. In his last 3 outings, he's given up runs all 3 times, and he hasn't pitched a full inning in any of those. In fact, total, he's pitched 1 inning in his last 3 outings. A total of 1 inning. He's given up 4 runs on 6 hits.
Well, he's coming on the left-hander because this lineup filled with left-handers. He's going to at least face 3, at least scheduled. Giambi's the DH. It'll be Kipnis, Chisenhall, and then Giambi, Murphy to follow. We'll see if we see Rayburn off the bench. But the Indians haven't done much. I mean, they scored and took a 4-3 lead back in the 3rd inning. Excuse me, it was actually 4-2. No, it's 4-3 then. And 2 singles since.
Jason Kipnis 0 for 3 today, takes a strike. High fly ball to center field. Blackman will make the catch, and we've got 1 away. In-game box score brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. Michael Brantley with a good day offensively. Couple of hits, couple of runs scored, and a run driven in. Lonnie Chisenhall with a sac fly. David Murphy with a sac fly. There's Lonnie Chisenhall, sac fly in the 3rd inning. That was the last Indians run of this game. Popped in the air, shallow center, long run for Blackman. He dives and makes a fantastic catch.
You talk about
oh man,
throwing the glove down there. I mean, it just went in the webbing. Looked like it was going to come out, but he was able to hang on. A great running catch. He started off like he wasn't sure if he was going to catch it. That glove ends up bending as it hits the ground.
How many times you see the ball come flying out because of that, too?
Oh, yeah, that one able to stay in. He has that glove broken in beautifully. Good catch.
Or how many times he got hurt his wrist on a play like that?
Well, yeah, that's why that glove, when it started to bend, he was able to get it out, and it comes up. You see, just at the top of the fingers. That was really close to maybe bending the other way. But a fine running catch by Blackman.
2 down, a pinch hitter, Ryan Rayburn batting for Jason Giambi.
He's made a couple of nice catches in this series.
Yeah, he made one up against the fence. I believe it was in a series opener.
Yes, it was.
And then Drew Stubbs was in the center field yesterday. By the way, Rick, not only did the Yankees tie the game in the 9th against the Yankees, they've now gone ahead 5-2 Minnesota. So David Robertson with a disastrous outing for the Yankees in the 9th. Two and 1 to count.
Well, as they say, if you're going to have a bad one, have a real bad one. You know, that way there's no question about it. And you said that was his 2nd blown save, correct?
Yeah. Two and 2 the count. Two up for the Tribe in this tie ball game. Cody will come on if Rayburn should turn one around and send it out of here. Otherwise, it'll be Atchison. 2-2 hit between the 3rd and 2nd the shortstop and third base, and so the Indians have a 2-out base runner. Perfectly placed, and Ryan Rayburn off the bench with a pinch hit single. Keep the inning rolling for Cleveland. David Murphy with a sac fly and a base hit today. According to Tom Bochenek, that's the only 2-out hit in this game today.
Okay.
Neither team has been able to.
Well, there's not many hits
much
in the game today when you mention that.
Yeah, that hit just the 5th of the day for the Tribe. Murphy waves at it, 1-1. Bouncer to first, easy play, inning over. We'll go to the 9th, tied at 4. Four as we go to the 9th. And let's take a look back at our keys to the game, brought to you by Akron Children's Hospital. Indians trying to sweep back-to-back opponents at home with a win here today. Carlos Gonzalez and Troy Tulowitzki have combined to go 2 for 8 today, and they've struck out 3 times. And offensively, not much doing on either side. And for the Indians, other than the 3 in the first, they've managed only 1 run today. Scott Atchison will try to keep it a tie game, and he's going to be facing the bottom third of the order, which is essentially what he had yesterday when he came in. He was facing the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, but it got away from him in a hurry. Let's see if he can bounce back here today. Outside ball 1. Not a play.
Burns is the one that got the inning started in the 7th inning off of Shaw. Did a nice job. A double down the right field line. Kept it inside the first base bag. Got over on a sacrifice. Scored on the sacrifice fly by Blackman. with that dive in front of home plate.
2-1. Oh, he chased a breaking ball that time, and it'll even the count. Got him looking. Barnes punched out, one away.
Got him with a fastball on the inner part of the plate inside. He might have been looking for something away after that slider away. Wasn't looking for the heater. Another strikeout for Indians pitching.
Man, up comes Jordan Pacheco, who is 0 for 1. He's walked twice. Fouled off, and the count 1-1 now on Pacheco. Rockies headed home after today's series finale. They got a long homestand coming up. The Indians will host the Boston Red Sox Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights right here at Progressive Field.
Well, they've turned it around in a hurry after losing 10 straight on a 6-game winning streak. The Red Sox, and
they're
winning today.
Shutting them out again
late in the ball game, so they could be coming in here on a 7-game winning streak.
Wouldn't that be something, though? If Boston holds on and wins today, since that benches clearing incident a week ago in Tampa, the Red Sox will have won 7 in a row, and the Rays will have lost 6 straight.
Yeah, yes, that's right. Sent one up, and they went down.
Swung out and missed. Atchison strikes out Pacheco. 2 down.
Here we get the little slide piece. Slider, cutter. There you'll see the spin to it. Good spot. Comes up empty. Pacheco does. So back-to-back strikeouts for Atchison.
DJ LeMahieu swings and fouls it out of play. 0 for 2 at a sacrifice bunt his last time up. Hit hard deep right field. Back is Murphy and can't make the play. LeMahieu's into second base, and he'll stop right there with a 2-out double. That ball was hit very hard. And Murphy kind of on a dead sprint, had to try and turn around at the last moment with the wall coming up quickly.
Yeah, that's a tough play. That's why I say more right-handers can drive the ball over your head to right field than left-handers can to the left fielder in the left. That one short hops the wall. Murphy gets on it. It'll be a double, or go-ahead run is in scoring position with 2 outs. But you mentioned only 1 2-out hit on the day by both teams, and that was Rayburn's pinch hit in the last inning. Mickey Callaway is going to come out, talk to Atchison, the rest of the guys, and it's going back to the top of the lineup with Blackman.
No, they talk it over with Blackman getting ready to come to the plate here. The ageless LaTroy Hawkins getting loose for Colorado. Swung on and missed. Blackmon was trying to knock it over the seats in right field.
No, he's doing you a favor when he does that. They're just looking for a base hit. There's the go-ahead run in scoring position at second base. LeMahieu.
One ball, one strike. Not a play. In a little bit tight. That was awfully close.
Yeah, I like that pitch. That's a good pitch. Just a little bit high, I think. I don't know. That's a good pitch. He was not going to be able to get the barrel out of the bat to the ball.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Atchison fans 3 here in the 9th. And we stay tied at 4. Will it be another day for some walk-off magic for the Tribe? We'll find out coming up next. "4-4 is our score as we go to the bottom of the 9th. And stay tuned for Indians Live, brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. It's coming up next. The Indians trying to finish off a sweep of the Rockies here today, but they need 1 run in the 9th to end it.
Well, the big right-hander, Adam Ottavino, coming on for the 28th time, pitched an inning in yesterday's game and punched out 2 with zeros across the board. Going to face Aviles, Contreras, and Bourne.
And a strike to Mike Aviles.
A couple of native New Yorkers squaring off here. Aviles grew up in the Bronx, while Ottavino grew up in Brooklyn. Low and away, 1-1 to count. Ottavino pitched for Italy back in the World Baseball Classic of '09. Aviles with a base hit into center field, and the Indians have the winning run aboard here in the bottom of the ninth. Mike's with his second hit of the game and his fifth hit now in the series.
Well, a big right-hander. He got that fastball. He gave Mike a little swinging room. Aviles hits it into center field. Sixth hit for the Indians, and they get their leadoff man, the winning run, on board.
Now here's George Gutierrez. 2 walks and a ground out. He squares. He bunts. Well done, Adam Ottavino with the flip. And now the winning run into scoring position. Boy, well executed by George Gutierrez. You got to be able to do the fundamentals. And he stepped right up, no problem. Now we go to the top of the order, and it's Michael Bourne. Bourne is 0 for 3. He walked and scored back in the first, but he's had a knack for driving in runs on the year. Came in batting .344 with runners in scoring position. Now, he had an opportunity earlier today in the fourth, but he flied to center. Ottavino, after a long chat with his catcher, Jordan Pacheco, now looks in. And a strike over the outside corner.
Yeah, you're Mike Aviles on second base. You get that good secondary lead, because on anything going through, you can bet Mike Sarball. I don't know if he's still Mike. He'll be screaming, go, go, go.
We saw earlier in the game not a real good throwing arm from Barnes in right field. Bourne with a high drive. Deep right field. Barnes is back. He's out of room. We're out of here. Michael Bourne wins it with a 2-run walk-off homer in the bottom of the ninth. And the Indians' sweep is complete.
Shower and all.
The Indians a winner here today as they take all 3 from the Rockies and send the Colorado group back home at the 500 mark. Rockies lose 7 of 9 on this road trip, fall to 28-28. The Indians, meanwhile, on the upswing as they win all 3, and they're back to within 3 games of the 500 mark at 27-30. What a turn of events for the Indians over the weekend, and all it took was some home cooking. Yeah. They have thrived all season long here at home. The best winning percentage in the league at home now, 18-11.
Boy, what a game, and what a way to end it. We said Michael Bourne loves to hit with runners in scoring position. We didn't think home run, though.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, the guy put a charge in that ball.
Well, let's take a look at it again, Rick. Here is our KeyBank key play of the game.
I can't wait. I want to see it again. I want to see what the pitch was, because Bourne gave it a ride. There you go. You get a fastball up and out over the plate, and Bourne put a short, quick swing to it. Hit his second home run of the year, and it couldn't have been at a better time to end the ball game. Walk-off winner. That's a fun trot around the bases. He throws the helmet. He gets drenched. That is going to be our KeyBank Key Play of the Game, brought to you by KeyBank.
Well, the Indians had the walk-off home run earlier this year from Michael Brantley against the Tigers in their last sweep. They've swept back-to-back opponents now here at Progressive Field. They also had the balk-off here at home with Ryan Rayburn at the plate.
Well, it's for whatever reason, they come out and they score again today. They didn't have a lot of hits, but they scored at the right time, and another walk-off win. That's starting to mount. They play well. They have a lot of confidence here at home.
Boy, and also really have to give credit where it's due to the Indians' bullpen. Josh Outman, Brian Shaw, Mark Zipchinski, and Scott Atchison. They all combined for scoreless relief, giving just 3 hits in their work here today.
Well, Altman came in. He only faced 1 hitter, and he did his job with the strikeout. Then Zipchinski comes in, and after he gave up a hit, he gets 3 ground ball outs to shortstop and gets through it. Yes, even though it was on the second base side, that was to the shortstop. Got a big out there. And then Atchison comes in. All he does is punch out the side. How about that?
Just tremendous work from the Indians bullpen, and that set up the first career walk-off home run for Michael Bourne. Let's go down to the field. How'd that feel, big guy?
Oh, it felt good, man. I was happy. I knew I hit it pretty good. I was just hoping to carry it long enough to get up out of here. And, of course, I didn't have it on my mind. I was just trying to win the game with a single if I could. And I popped it, and I thought I got it. So.
Well, Michael, you do a good job driving runners in scoring position. I mean, does your mindset change when you get into that situation at all?
Well, no, I just try my best to slow the game down. It's easy to speed it up because it's going fast anyway. So I just try my best to slow the game down in those situations, and it works out for me. I just try to learn from people that hit it with runners in scoring position a lot. So take some tips from them. Keep trying to build on it.
How much fun is that run around the bases when you know the game's over?
Oh, it's a lot of fun, man. I got to hurry up and do this interview because my little boy finna come out here and get – I'm running – okay. My little boy about to start running around the base. I got to pick him up at home plate.
Well, one more thing before we let you go. What is it about this club able to turn things so quickly? You limp home from Chicago, didn't look good, and yet you guys hit the home field here and look like a completely different team.
We don't give up. It's baseball. Sometimes things don't go your way. Everybody in there, we got a lot of people that can fight, and they come out with their best every day. Sometimes your best is hard to deal with because you might not get the job done that day, but the next day we're going to try to get it done again, and we just continue to battle. Just like today, we know we won the series, but we wanted to sweep.
Yeah.
We knew we're a few games under 500, but just have to keep playing, man. It's a long season. And if you start out slow, just keep trying to build back up to where you know you can play. We feel like we have a good team, and we just going to continue to try to show that.
Well, Michael, congratulations on your first career walk-off home run.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, Michael Bourne, the hero today as the Indians beat the Rockies, complete the sweep. 6-4 is the final. Whew. Stay tuned for Indians Live. It's coming up next.